Hey guys, me again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the next model on our popularity list for 2021, and that is the Beretta M9 Hush Puppy. So we've already taken a look at the Beretta M9 plenty of times on my channel. We have a whole bunch of different custom Berettas that I've done before, mainly stemming from my Call of Duty 4 Beretta M9 that I made. I'm really proud of my Beretta model, but about the same time, ages ago, that I made the Beretta M9. It's really funny because Ian McCollum from Forgotten Weapons actually ended up uploading the Beretta M9 Hush Puppy. So this is a special suppressor that has been designed for the Beretta M9. It kind of just snaps into place. It's really neat how the actual suppressor itself works. Sorry for moving. And it's something that was specifically designed for United States Air Force pilots, I believe, and special operations groups, as the having ability to suppress an M9 would be really handy. And I just absolutely fell in love with the overall shape of the Hush Puppy suppressor. It's this short thing, but it's also really wide. It's got these raised sights on it. It just snaps into place. It was something that I just fell in love with and I wanted to make. So thankfully, I had already had a Beretta M9 model to be able to use, and I decided to end up making it. Excuse me. I just had dinner, so I've got like hiccups going on, so I'm sorry. You can see that a couple of changes have already been made to the Beretta M9. Obviously, the actual suppressor needed to be added, which is a pretty basic change. Another change that they made to the frame of the M9 was actually adding a slide lock. And you know, usually when you think of a slide lock, you think of something that the magazine holds the slide open on the last round, so that when you reload, you just thumb down the slide lock, slide goes home, and you're ready to go. This is kind of a reverse of that. This is a slide lock, like you are supposed to lock the slide down so that the action does not cycle and you get the quietest possible shot out of the end of the can. So that has also been added. And then a regular change to the model itself that I needed to make in the original was with how I had the grip staggered with one another, and made this very weird optical illusion that the back of the grip was not as thick as it should be. So I did come through and correct that error in this model. So now the grip looks proportioned as it is supposed to be, thankfully. So this is what it looks like inside of Studio 2.0 by Bricklink, and this is what it looks like inside of LDD. So we've already gone over the M9 for the most part. I'm just going to go over a couple of changes. Obviously, in the back here, we have originally this piece was one farther forward, which, like I said, in the rendered created this optical illusion that this grip was not as thick as it's supposed to be. So you can see it now; it's more appropriately looking. It's as thick as it needs to be, but from this angle, it doesn't look like it's too thin, because it would basically hide underneath this panel at this angle. We have added this slide lock. This slide lock does not interact with the actual slide at all. There is enough room for it to actually come up and lock past the slide. So if you want to kind of pretend that it interacts with the slide, that is in fact possible. There is two pieces missing here. One here, this L bracket, and one here, this L bracket. They are here inside the rendered image right here because Studio has the 1x versions of those. LDD does not, so I have left the room for them here, but not actually put them here inside of LDD because I just can't. There's no way for me to get the 1x version. Like I said, this just moves up and down. It is attached to one another across. This actually uses a really interesting piece. This uses a backpack piece for minifigs, so their neck goes through up here and it's got two studs on the side. It actually uses that to bridge the gap across, so that's really cool. But like I said, this does move up and down, so you could move it up and show, if you really wanted to, that the slide was locked by just not moving the slide when you pull on it. Very simple, like camera trick, if you will, for that. Then we have the actual Hush Puppy itself, the suppressor. This is a very basic design, not a whole lot going on here. We'll start from the tip and work our way back. Up front here, we have just a big black hole to represent where the bullet would be coming out of. I've tried to close this off just a little bit to give it a nice look. We have a 6x6 can, basically. The front post sight is just on top of this upside down circle piece with a hole in it so that it can hold the rounded piece here. And then the back sight is basically the same design, but it uses an arch piece instead. So you get this beautiful sight picture. I'm really, really happy with how this sight picture looks because it's just, it's gorgeous how that looks. And this comes all the way back 6x6 the whole way up until this point where you need to attach into a 2-stud wide barrel. And there is a slight curve in when they do this. And I've accomplished this by placing one of these octagonal pieces, which attaches directly to the barrel using a Technic rod. And then placing these clip pieces that you can see here. And then they are angled slightly down to give this even more of an angle. And then these bow slopes obviously will finish the angle after that. So these ones are just directly put in at 45 degrees on those. But this one is actually a little bit more complicated because it's actually centered on that center one right there. And then this one actually is upside down, believe it or not. So there was a couple different clips going on here to try to get this actually done, but it does work out very well, and I am very happy with the overall look of this. The actual kind of button to clip this on and off does in fact move in and out. Wait. Did I group this? I didn't, unfortunately. Actually, can't we just do... Come on. I ran out of room on my desktop, sorry. It does move up and down. It's not spring-loaded or anything like that. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you can make it spring-loaded using like a pin spring or something. It's not interacting with any locks or anything up there, but it does move up and down. So if you wanted to represent you taking it on and off, you're more than capable of doing that. So other than that, that's pretty much it for the Beretta M9 Hush Puppy. I did go for the tan color scheme because I don't have a tan Beretta M9 yet, and it looks pretty badass, to be completely honest. So I am really, really happy with the way that this turned out. I'm super proud of this model. It's one of my most beautiful handgun models. So yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. If you guys want to see models before they come out, check out my Discord server. If you need a link to join my Discord server, just drop a comment down below and I'll send you guys an invite. Thanks for watching. See you later.